That was pretty special to watch. I think it was even more special to be part of.
Amazing event. Just as a spectator, I thought the atmosphere was unbelievable. CopperBox is just such a good place to play sport. We know that from the Olympics, and the crowd really showed up. I thought the atmosphere was unreal, and I think the boys felt that as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think halfway through the game, all I heard were ooh, from all the hits that were going on. But if anything, that just sort of motivates you to work harder, and I think that's what got us through in the defensive game. To be honest.
We said we wanted to come in and put on a good show for everyone, really sort of live up to the hype of what we say this sport is. I think we managed to do that today. The Aussies have done a great job of matching back to.
Did you have a good idea of what level the Aussies would be at, or did you think, was there some revelations tonight as far as the relative strengths of the teams?
I thought they played really well. They got miles better since the last time we played them in 2019, and they're huge contenders for the tournament. Considering that's their first proper match they've played over here in a long time. I know they've had a couple of warm-up games, but they're going to get better as the tournament goes on. So I'd say they were about as good as we thought they were going to be, which is very good.
Yeah, they were physical and they're fast and they threw the ball around. They were troubling at times to be able to defend them. I thought they were very good. They were fast. They were agile. So it needed a lot from us to be able to stop that. So yeah, I thought they were really good.
I've never seen a side describe themselves as bullies before. But they actually they were sitting here 5 minutes ago and said that our new tactics, if you want to call us bullies, you can. Did you notice a kind of change in their attitude? Or?
I thought they still went at it for the full 80. I mean, they still kept that. I think they still can have that tag. Really, I thought everyone that played out there has been involved in a game. I know I'm bruised and battered all over, but yeah, I thought they were very good at that area of the game.
You had some inside knowledge of this.
Well, yeah, I knew a couple of players, not knowing, didn't know much about half of the other team, but we have seen them in action live. We had a good idea with what their principles of play are, and they're not that dissimilar from what we do. Just play hard, play fast, and work for each other. I think they just show a real good professional front like the squad.
Brett was saying that you influenced some of their players, their better players, probably the style of playing.
We've got a job to do at the end of the day, and that's build this sport into something magical like we believe it is to be. And I think holding things back from your teammates, which they are to me, on this tournament, they're not. A month later, they will be again. And I don't believe in holding something back if it's going to benefit the sport. And it shows in the game that the development that they had in Australia. It's not down to what we've been doing over there. It's down to what Martin Merrick has been putting into it and the amount of funding that's going into Australia now. They started their first leagues. They haven't had domestic leagues, so that's just telling you. That just shows exactly what just having some competitive play does. And that's the difference between really England, France and Australia and some of the other nations at the moment, is having that week in, week out, high intensity game.
You said it, I think you said out there that you're proud of some of those guys that you're playing against.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, they've showed principles that I've told them to. What we as a team have sort of talked about, like Thomas talked with us, and they've showed things that we said we were going to be, and they've just proved me right in what I believed in them.
Jack, you said if it's written that England are going to win this tournament. I mean, you'll know that you're favourites. How do you kind of deal with that expectation? I know you've been there before, but obviously a little while since you did that.
I've just got so much belief in this team. It doesn't mean it's written is probably the wrong way to put it, but in my head, I've got so much trust in these boys and what they can do. I don't see any doubt that they're going to let anyone down. We all work so hard for each other. We're not going to drop the ball.
Jag, you're obviously so special you don't even need a number. You know,
In the warm-up play, we I think it was Wayne actually. Actually ripped my Velcro off, so I've had to change the tops last second before the game.
We didn't want them to know which one was in.
So, but what was it like to when you came off and to have 2,000 people give you a cheer? I guess a lot of your best moments have been in front of much smaller crowds than tonight. Does it feel like a bit of vindication when you hear that?
Yeah, Declan said it best in the changing room. He said, you know, soak it in when we're doing his orientation, but once it comes to playing the game, it's that white line that separates the exterior things that are going to affect our game, and just get our head down and we play up the field.
How good was it, all of you, to get started, having seen obviously the men are going really well and the women started strongly this week as well? How good is it for you guys to finally get up and running? It's been a few weeks since sort of the whole launch of the whole tournament.
I think England's generated some fantastic momentum. Craig and Sean are doing a great job, and their squads are flying. So, in terms of English Rugby League, I don't think we could ask for more at the minute. I think the game, what's happened tonight, will generate loads of buzz, which is great for the wheelchair tournament. It's going to get more eyes on it and more bums on seats. I've got to say though, our focus is getting better and being better in our next game, because there was a lot of things that we weren't good enough at tonight. So while I'm thrilled for Rugby League World Cup, for us in our inner sanctum, we'll be focusing on other things.
What are those things you weren't good at tonight?
Our attack was really poor. I think we left a lot of points out on the field, where we were just missing that final bit of execution. We overplayed and we were impatient, and those are all things that aren't in our DNA. So I was disappointed with that. That being said though, I thought our defence was outstanding, and that's reflected in the scoreboard, because Australia are a really good team, and to hold them to one try is fantastic, so I'm proud of that.
Jack, how many years till you're eligible for Australia on residency?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked into it.
Jack, you obviously talked about coming up against people you're familiar with. Did it feel like a bit of like an inside job at times, playing against people you see every day and you coach and you impart knowledge with on such a regular basis?
No, I think there's been a bit of back and forth between all of us anyway. They've been playing with me for so long as well, so they know the way I play, and they know how that happens. And there was 6 of them and 1 of me, sort of thing. So the only difference is I had these boys to back me up.
Is it extra sweet to get that first win against Australia team you know so well, and that kicks off the tournament in such?
That was an important win. Yeah, really important win. I think that really sets the tone for the tournament and really shows that England are here and this is what we're about.
And what are you guys? I think it's Spain next for you guys. What are you expecting from them? I saw you guys watching a bit of their game earlier on. What did you take from that?
Yeah, Spain on Sunday. It's 12 o'clock. I think they're going to be great. They've got some really, really good players, and we didn't pay too much attention to the Ireland game. But once we've reviewed this, we will look to the information that we can take from that fixture that played before us, and we'll be looking for a much better performance on Sunday.
Will you be leaning on sort of, I think as Seb plays with a couple of them, is that right?
A little bit. We've done some kind of research and information sharing leading up to the tournament. We'll look at the things that they were good at and some areas that we might be able to exploit from the video as well. But I'd say vast majority of the focus is going to be on what we can do better. Just look within. That's where the answer will be.
Their coach was saying sort of he doesn't think they can beat you. So do you have to guard against complacency a bit?
Complacency is not a worry for me in this team. Like, they're so hungry. They want to show the world how good they are, and these 2 guys have been working for this their whole life. So they would not let themselves down and underperform through complacency. And we've got to treat the opposition with respect. Spain scored some amazing tries today. So yeah, we'll be ready for that.
Just finally, what does it mean to play in front of this world record crowd, as we've been told?
It's just massive. I mean, this is obviously the highest ever figure for a wheelchair rugby league game, and I'm happy it's us, especially on home soil and at this event. I mean, the people that have made this event, it's been, we can't thank them enough really as players. It's life changing, absolutely life changing. I mean, I don't know what the ins and outs on Twitter are, but apparently wheelchair rugby league has been trending all over. So yeah, it's just massive, and our biggest thing is to create a legacy after we eventually retire. So yeah, we've got to take this, and hopefully in a couple of weeks the record will be broken again.
Yeah, and we should say thank you as well to the volunteers behind you guys in red, the power squad. These guys are volunteering their time to make the tournament tick, and so grateful for the effort that they're putting in as well.
We have a lot of our players got into this sport and got into wheelchair sports from watching the 2012 Olympics played in this arena, and they're inspired by wheelchair sports being played here, and hopefully we can do the same while we're down.
Do you think that's befitting then, sort of from the Paralympics 10 years ago to now? It can be sort of a change of the guard kind of thing.
It's come a full circle for some of these players.
Great guys, I think Tom anti-doping.
Thanks, guys.